Welcome back, everybody. This season, you're going to notice a little bit of a change in the Twins broadcast. Cory Provus goes from the radio booth to the TV booth, and he sits down with our own Jim Rich to discuss what it's going to be like making that transition for 2024.
Welcome back to Fox 9 All Day, and we are joined by the new television voice of Twins baseball, Cory Provus. Do you need any pointers about TV? I've been around it for a while.
That's the camera? I'm supposed to look at that.
Yes,
right?
yes.
The microphone is fine, but the camera, that's kind of thrown me off a little bit.
I know. I mean, are you going to change your look? Because radio, nobody saw what you wore. Nobody, cared if you didn't have time for the shower. Just as long as the voice sounded good, everybody was happy. But television's a different beast.
Yeah, the PR staff and the genial director of team travel always used to comment on my appearance. But yes, my look is going to be kind of what you've seen. I won't be clean shaven every day. I'll have some of the the scruff going, but I've enjoyed that and haven't been in trouble just yet. I'm going to keep the blue glasses going. That's seems good. To be kind of a thing. So, this is. I'll have to, dress a little nicer. I'm going to wear a jacket and tie.
Really? You decided that?
Tie. It's not a clip-on.
Okay.
But I'm going to tie. I'll wear that for opening day on Thursday. But then, I'll clean it up a little bit. But I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Why television? Because you are so great on the radio, and that's a different art than it is the television side, because you have to paint the field, you have to paint the pitcher, you have to paint the batter, you have to paint all this for the theater of the mind, is what they say radio is. Television is a different beast. What appealed to you about making the switch?
A couple of things. Radio has been my primary medium since I've been 18 years old, since I was a freshman at Syracuse and started working radio in college, and then the last 17 years in the big leagues with the Cubs, Milwaukee, and the last 12 with the Twins. Very comfortable doing radio. I love radio. I will always love radio, but I'm 45, and I'm like, I still want to challenge myself. And to me, this opportunity came around, and if not now, then maybe never. And I didn't have to move. My wife and I, we live in Minnesota year-round. My kids are 10 and 8. We love it in Minnesota, so if this was going to ever happen, I thought this would be probably the only chance that if I want to take on this challenge, now seemed to be the right time. And it wasn't an easy call, Jim. I mean, there were some days, some nights where I wasn't sure, but I've thoroughly enjoyed the last 12 years, calling Twins baseball, watching the game, learning from Dan Gladden. And that's going to continue. I'm still going to see Danny every single day, but now it's going to change in that as I watch the season play out, I'll watch the game, call the game, but learn a different way about the game from Justin Morneau, from Denard Span, from LaTroy Hawkins, from Glenn Perkins, from Roy Smalley, from Trevor Plouffe, Tim Lauder, all these talented people that know the game in a way that I'll never be able to duplicate or copy. So you add all that up, and I thought, all right, this seems to be the opportune time to take on this challenge.
Now, I read your article that Skip Scoggins did. Great article talking about the 3 S's and the silence one. That one kind of struck me because you're right. That's something that has to play out in television. How do you prepare for that?
It's going to be a challenge for me because that was from Brian Anderson, who does the Brewers and national work on TBS. When I'm talking to him this winter, he's one of my dear friends. He said that, the 3 S's. He said stats, storylines, and silence. And for you, that last one is going to be the most challenging because of the medium you're coming from. So I'll probably early on my scorebook, I'll probably write the word silence just to kind of give myself a visual reminder to let the game breathe in a big moment. Royce Lewis, when not just Thursday, but when the Twins are back at Target Field against Cleveland, and hopefully a packed crowd to honor the reigning AL Central champs, enjoying all the pageantry that is opening day. Royce Lewis or Byron Buxton, Pablo Lopez, a big moment I want to lay out. I want to let the producer produce, the director direct, let everybody see the images of the fans celebrating, the dugout celebrating, the players celebrating, because that's a big part of the story. Radio, you can let the game breathe, let the sound tell a part of it, but
right.
nothing beats that visual. So nothing I'm going to be able to say is going to beat those great moments that we see on screen. So in those moments especially, I want to remind myself, hey, lay out and let the images speak for themselves.
Speaking of moments, I want to get your thoughts going back to last year when Byron Buxton finally got to have an at-bat. And that moment it's funny because I've talked to several players about it, and even though nothing happened, right, didn't change the game, didn't drive it off the wall, nothing happened. But that was a baseball moment when he came out of that dugout and all the work and the effort he did to get himself to that at-bat. I thought that was a spectacular moment.
It was another reminder how much he means to Twins territory, because how many people are rooting for him to be healthy and succeed, and so far so good. I mean, that to me, Jim, was the number one storyline I had going into camp and leaving camp was, will we see that guy back in center? And the answer is yes. Byron Buxton is going to play center field in a big league game for the first time in a long time on Thursday. That is a great thing to see, to say, and pitchers hate when I say this, but among my favorite moments involve when the ball's in play and number 25 has to go get it. He has to go out in right center, left center, come in and make a running, diving catch. Those are awesome moments. And when that first moment happens, again, going back to laying out, I could just see it that he's going to come up, make that play, and we're going to see that infectious smile that we all have missed and that we all grew to love. So to me, going back to your question, though, about the postseason, this fan base is rooting for him, and they should. He's a great guy, unbelievable player, and hopefully a healthy season ahead.
All right, last thing, do you think you'll get some tips from Bob Uecker before you?
Bob Uecker.
He's
Isn't
like
that a
he's
card
over
game?
Milwaukee. Yeah.
Oh. Bob Uecker. So we talk all the time, and I'll see him next week. Bob turned 90 in January. Man, and somebody that I think about every day, and I'll give him a big hug when I see him, but we might even try to, these negotiations are tough, but we might even have him stop by for an inning and join us on TV during that series next week in Milwaukee.
That'll be great. Well, Cory, congratulations.
Thanks, Jim. Good to see you.
Welcome to the television, this side of the camera.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, this is what I look like. Sorry.
I've been telling them that for years, and they've had to put up with it. That's why, like, when I do sports, I go to highlights right away.
Right away.
Don't spend a lot of time on a one shot, and just get right to the video. All right, Cory, congratulations.
Thanks,
have a lot of fun this year.
Take care.
All right. That's Cory Provus.